Wow, good morning, every single person. Welcome to another edition of Knox to Nugget. I'm so excited today. I'm so excited. So I'm going to just tell myself to calm down. It's such a beautiful day to be alive. And thank you to every single person that's joining me on this show. Everybody coming online, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I don't take for granted your being here. Thank you so much. God bless you. This month indeed is the month of the women, and yesterday was Mother's Day. So a big shout out to all the mothers out there. I celebrate you. I was blessed, and I'm blessed to have a very wonderful personality for a mother. I miss her, she's gone, but I have so many other mothers surrounding me. So I'm saying shout out to all the mothers in my life. I put on Facebook yesterday the mothers in my life, and there are so many more than that. And to every woman out there, again, a happy Mother's Day. It's still our time, and my prayer for you is that you will live to eat the full riches of full fruits of your labor. You will enjoy your old age in the name of Jesus. So, talking about old age, remember last week I talked about the 3 stages of life, and I said stages are linear. So it's morning, it's afternoon, it's night seasons of life. It's just linear. You don't go back and forth the stages, but seasons are cyclical. So yes, we are talking about the stages of life, and the particular stage we want to look at today is the retirement stage. And you know, I have with me today in the house, and I'm so excited. I have today with me in the house a dear friend and brother. He'll be talking to us today about preparing for retirement. And maybe I should bring him. No, let me talk to you about him before I bring him on. We've been backstage, and it's been such an awesome time talking with him. He is a leader with over 30 years experience. Over 30 years experience covering consulting, finance, marketing, sales, general management, and he has gone through various sectors, the fast moving goods, the construction. Is quite diversified, and he has that wide spectrum of experience. He's a fellow of both the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. Of course, it's brilliant. You can tell that by when it comes on, because he came out with distinction in accountancy, and he also holds a master's degree in business administration, and that's apart from the various certifications he has from both the Harvard Business School and the Management Center Europe. Is widely traveled, is a dear friend, is a brother, is a husband of one fantastic lady, and is a wonderful father. So join me today to receive on set a friend of well over 35 years, Mr. Fred Amobi. Hey, hello, good morning, Fred. How are you?
Good morning, Yomi. Good to see your beautiful face. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, with you, it's never arrears, it's always just fresh. Thank you so much. And it's good to finally get you here. Wow. I almost went through the eye of the needle getting him. And I am so honored that you agreed to come and to talk about this very particular topic. And like I had said to you and I'd said to the audience, probably going to be doing this in 2 sessions, because I cannot see us covering all of this in one day. I'm talking about retirement. And that is one very peculiar time of life that everybody will go through, because we are all praying for long life. We all ask God to satisfy us with long life. And the thing about retirement life, like we spoke behind the scene, is that nobody knows how long. So if God keeps you to 100 and you retire at 60, you have 40 years of retirement. Meanwhile, you are just worked for like 35 years. So it's a critical time of life that we need to talk about. And so thank you, everybody on the scene. Welcoming my friend. Thank you, Binta. Thank you, Aka. Thank you, Uche. Thank you, Ramatu. And happy Mother's Day to you too. Yes, Hilda, I said you have been waiting, and so we are here. Call up your friends, share it, like it, and let this conversation begin even after this show. So, Fred, let's talk. What is retirement?
Okay, I will not go into jargons. Retirement really means withdrawing from your position or your occupation or from active working life. That's simply what retirement is. When you withdraw from either your position, your occupation, active working life. And when you talk about that, talking about when you come to a point that you are no more actively working to make an income. And that's why it's important that we're talking about retirement. You talk about your financing on what will help you when you retire, because you are actually withdrawing from actively working to make money. So that's in a nutshell what retirement is all about.
I hear you say you are. Oh, somebody is saying volume. Please turn up your volume because I think I can hear him. So maybe you should just turn up your volume of your set over there. And so you are saying withdrawing from your position or active working life. Now, let me ask you, are you withdrawing because you can no longer work? Is it a function of you are so old and you can no longer go to work? Your body can no longer carry you, so you have to stop. Or can retirement be deliberate and
Of,
intentional and a choice?
of course, yes. There are many kinds of retirement. You can retire because you deliberately want to withdraw. I have seen people that retired at 50. They withdraw from active working life and look for other things to do. Maybe volunteer work, maybe trying to help the society. So it could be deliberate. But again, because of how man has been made, it can also be mandatory, because there's a time that even if you want to work, even if you desire to work, your body will tell you, I am tired. So it could be deliberate, but it can also be, if you don't deliberately prepare for it and say you want to withdraw, time will come when your body will tell you, you must withdraw me. So it's in 2 ways. Yes.
Wow. So it's in two ways. You can either voluntarily withdraw or your body will tell you you must stop. Wow.
Yes.
So that from what you are saying, it's better for you to withdraw yourself than the
Correct.
body telling you you must withdraw.
Correct.
So
It's
I want to just go into it and hit it. We spoke so much behind the scene, and I'm actually wondering, how do you plan for retirement? So I want to ask you like three questions together because I want to give you time to talk. One is, how do you plan for retirement? Number two, when do you start planning for retirement? How do you plan? When do you start planning for retirement? You have said it is better for you to, by yourself, withdraw. Is there a best age for retirement? Is there a best age? Yeah.
best for people who are under work. The government has the retirement age, which is 60
Okay.
years, and for some companies, even 55 years. So these are generally time people say you are retiring for those who are working. But again, for those who are in their own business, most times it takes much more than that. You see people who are in business taking their retirement to even 65. I've seen people who take it to 70 years. So really, it's about what kind of work are you doing. If you are working as an employee, obviously you'll be mandated to retire by 60 years. Now, but that does not mean you cannot take up another job. So, but all this depends on how far you have planned to retire. Remember that to retire, you must have prepared for retirement. If you are not prepared for retirement, retirement will no more be a fun. It will be a burden, and you don't want to get into that burden. So you retire only when you have prepared yourself. And so your question is, when do you plan? The
Yeah.
truth of the matter is that you start planning for retirement the first day you start work. The first day you start earning money, you should start planning for retirement.
Wow.
Because of the power of compounding, it makes it easier for you if you start on time. And because of the power of compounding, if you start planning and putting investments early in your work life or in your business life, it takes a longer time and you have enough pool. I hear you make a comment earlier that we don't determine when we are going to die. So you could actually live 40 years, 50 years after retirement. So the question is, when will you be able to save enough to take you 40 years, 50? That's what people don't think about. If you graduate at maybe 22, 23, as the case may be, and you work even 35 years now, and you are going to live 40 years after retirement, because I believe people want to live long life. Then you have to ask yourself a question: when do I start saving and investing to take care of myself more than the number of years I actually was in active work? Because there are some of us who will live more than the years we were active in work in retirement. So that's why it's important for those who are young that are listening to us to start now. If they have not started, to begin to prepare for retirement. And for those who have advanced, you don't need to begin to beat yourself. You know, there's this saying that it's better to start very early, but the best time to start is now. If you have not started, you can start now. Because if you have not built up the resources for retirement, retirement will be a nightmare for you and for people around.
Wow.
Because
If you have
it's
not
something
built,
that must happen. You can't wish it away. Interestingly, you can't pray it away except you want to commit suicide. You have to retire. So it's not something you can pray or fast away or wish away. You will retire. And you will need something to keep you when you retire. So it's important you plan for it.
Wow. You will retire, but you said something, and I want to take you back to it. And I'm sure somebody in the audience is also wondering about it. If I have my own business, am I also going to retire? Are you saying that as an entrepreneur, I have my own business, I should consider retirement? I thought since it's my business, I should nurture it till the Lord calls me home.
You see, that's a big mistake people make, to think that retirement relates to when you are working for somebody. The truth of the matter is that when you are working for yourself, you're also working. And if you decide, because you are in your own business, that you cannot plan for your retirement, there's a time that your business, you don't have the active strength to drive your business, except you have built enough structure in place to keep the business going. So my advice to those who are in business is that you have to plan for your retirement as well. Remember, I said that retirement is when you withdraw from active working life. That you have your own business do not mean that you were actively working in that your own business. There's a time your body will tell you, I must retire, even if it's your own business. So the question I will ask people, I always ask people, okay, if your body tells you you must retire and your business do not have the structures to continue to give you income, what happened? So you need to understand that even if you are running your own business, you need to invest outside your business. You need to prepare to invest outside your business and put your money somewhere else that will preserve your capital. Because even your business could have its own risk and have a problem. I know that we desire for our business to continue for life. But remember, life in its own is a risk. So if you are running a business, my advice will be, please prepare for your retirement. Set some money as anyway. If you are running a business, I expect you to pay yourself salary, because your business money is not your money. Your business money is not your money, and that's what mistake people make. You must learn to pay yourself salary. So you will be able to save from your salary to be able to pay for your retirement. Now, if you do not set out some money, what if something happens to that business tomorrow?
Wow.
I've had who have very good businesses, and for one reason or the other, and unfortunately for some of them, they didn't even have insurance, and there was a fire. I have a friend, a really big business, but there was a fire that cut down all the warehouses, and this fire came only in the week that all his goods came into the country, and he filled the warehouse. And so my question, and he didn't have insurance. So the point is that you must not come to a time that you have to be complacent about diversifying the source of your income for the purpose of your retirement. Very important for those who are running their own business. My advice is this: set out some money, put it in outside your own business where you can preserve it. It could be in bonds, it could be in shares, it could be in treasuries, it could be in other more established organizations that will be able to give you money. I always say this: you don't have financial independence when you are still making money while you are awake. If you are only making money while you are awake, you have a problem in future. You must come to a point where you have prepared yourself that you are making money while you are sleeping. And it's only when you come to that point that you can retire.
Wow.
Because remember, retirement is withdrawing from active work. And so if you don't have things that gives you money when you are not working, then you may have a problem in facing your retirement. I will stop here for now. You may have a problem.
Wow. If you're only making money while you are awake, you will run into troubled waters when you retire. And you've said a whole lot. I mean, for those who are listening, I want to ask you a favor. Don't just listen and go. Come back and read and listen again and take notes. I'm taking my notes right here and I'm going to listen to it again. Not because I'm the anchor, not because it's knocks to nuggets, but because of the nuggets that are coming out. You know, when I say knocks to nuggets, sometimes some nuggets are like a knock on your head. They wake you up. Sometimes the nuggets are nice. So at times it's a knock. When it's a knock on your head, just take notes and come back and work on it. You said you have somebody said here, it said, I'm looking for it now. It said, side note, please have insurance. So if you are in business, insure your business. We're not praying for evil, but prepare. You've said a whole lot. And somebody asked a question I want to take on immediately. I have a question right here. It says, when working with the government, should your retirement be the pension savings alone, or would you save separately too?
It's not only when you are working with government, even when you are working with private sector. You cannot depend on your retirement savings account. How much is it? Remember, I said that sometimes all of us pray for long life. You are going to live sometimes more years in retirement than you have lived during working hours. And I ask you a question: what is the rate of the retirement savings? You contribute 8%, your employer contribute 10%, 18% of your basic transport and allowance and housing. What can that do for you? So my advice is you must have to make another plan, investing in other things, increasing your portfolio to build up your portfolio and your investment towards that kind of retirement you want to. Listen, the point is this. My question is, what kind of retirement do you want? What is your goal? So if you want to retire and be hungry and be begging, then you can take a decision not to invest. But your retirement plan is a function of what is your goal. So my advice is this: Whether you are working for government, or you are working for yourself, or you are working for private sector, please prepare for tomorrow. Don't depend on RSA, that is the retirement savings account. It's a good place to start. You are fortunate to have had a government that provides for that. You are fortunate to have employers to provide for that. But please, build up your portfolio, increase it, go to other aspects and invest money that will yield you income. Remember that savings will help you to make investment. Investment will result into more returns. So if there is no investment, you cannot expect a return. My advice is ensure you live a life of investment, because that is where you will expect future returns to help you in your retirement.
I want to ask a question here, and that will be the last question for today. And remember, we are coming back next week, Monday, and we're still talking about retirement. We have not even scratched it at all. I'm hoping God will help us next week to do so much more. But you are saying prepare, prepare, prepare. Sir, I am married, I have children, I have trained them. Can that not be my retirement benefit? Are the children not supposed to take care of me in that retirement state? So why am I doing investment? My children are my investment. Is that not true?
That's whenever I hear people say their children are their investment, I agree with you. They are your investment. But please, they are not your investment for your retirement.
Hello?
I said they are not your investment for your retirement.
Uh-oh.
Because you cannot decide what happens with that investment. Your children can grow and decide not to take care of you. What will you do? So your investment in your children is not your investment for your retirement. It's an investment you have to make because by virtue of the fact you brought them into the world, you have a responsibility to invest in them. It is not investment you make and expect return. Now, when the return comes, thank God for it. But please, do not rely on your children to take care of you in your old age. Let me ask you a question. How do you assume that your children will have enough to take care of you?
Eh?
How do you assume that?
Wow.
So why do you think that they will also be struggling? I know we pray for them. We believe they can be better than us. But remember, future is a risk. You don't know tomorrow.
Future is a risk.
You don't know tomorrow. So my advice is this. And if I go to what I believe in terms of the Bible, I have not read anywhere in the Bible where it is written that your children should take care of you. Rather, a good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. A good man leaves inheritance for not the other way around. So I appreciate people expecting their children to take care of them. I pray for that. I trust God your children will do that. But please, do not put it as your retirement plan. Ensure you also save money for your retirement, because your children may have other needs, may have other things. So when they come back and take care of you, it will be addition, and you will have more joyful retirement than depending on them and not making investment, and something turns out the other way around, and that's when you begin to be bitter against your own children. Please, don't plan to be bitter against them. Don't plan to be bitter against them. Allow them to be what they want to be. Prepare for your retirement, please.
Wow. Prepare for your retirement. Don't rely on your children to take care of you. And you just hit something. Future is a risk. And that's the truth. Nobody really knows what tomorrow holds. It's a risk. And so children are not your investment plan for your retirement. I'm sure some people are like, what is this? Because a lot of times people have believed as you train the children, they'll come back to train you. But you are right. The Bible says a good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. So you're not even expected to you're not even living for your children, but even for your children's children. That means even
Yes.
God expects us to have saved and made enough investment for generations. Wow, that
Correct.
is true. Ramatu, you are so right on point. A good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. We've been here for 25 good minutes and we have not even scratched it. Thank you so much, Fred, for all the nuggets you have brought our way. Next week, Monday, we are going to be continuing on this. And I'm going to be specific to ask you about it. So people are, I mean, I'm hearing in my head, save, save, save. And I'm saying money in the bank is depreciating. The naira last week and naira this week is not the same. So if I'm throwing my money in the bank and just saving, am I preparing for retirement? Is that retirement? Somebody said Nigerian investment environment is very volatile. So which investments will you be recommending as a better one towards retirement? So people are beginning to think, I need to prepare for my retirement. What can I do? Where can I begin to look at? What can I begin to think? I might not, you said it's better to start early, but I'm already 53. Retirement is knocking. I'm already 60. Retirement is here. I'm 59. Retirement is 1 year. In fact, I'm 62. I'm over time already. Is it too late? What can I begin to do now? Like you rightly said, it's better to plant a tree 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. I want to start now. How will I start? That is what we'll pick up next week, Monday. Thank you so much, Fred. You have been awesome. I mean, this conversation is eye-opening. I'm seeing comments, and somebody said, I'm looking forward to next week, Monday already. I want to encourage everybody. Please share it. Everybody needs to hear this. When you don't have what to leave for your children, what will are you writing? Sometime in Knox to Nuggets, talking about writing wills, and we'll look at it from this perspective. Thank you once again, Fred, for sharing us with us your early Monday morning. I know you're a very busy person, and I appreciate it. See you again next week, Monday, while we are talking
Thank,
about retirement. God bless you.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So that was it for today. That was Fred Amobi and an awesome time. Thank you for looking forward to next week already. Let's listen again. If you send me your questions, I will pass it on to him ahead of time so he can deal with them. It's been an amazing time with you. Thank you, wonderful audience. I don't take it for granted. Thank you. Have a wonderful week ahead. But don't ever forget this. Together we win. God bless you. Have a glorious working week.